going to coming to you from Bellingham Technical College, and I'd like to do a brief demonstration on the proper way to set up a Miller XMT304 inverter type power supply for using it to do shielded metal arc welding. Now, the first thing we need to remember is whenever you're in the weld shop, safety first. Make sure you have your glasses on at all times, no exceptions. The next thing we need to think about when we're looking at this machine is this lever that's on the top. This is the disconnect. There's no need for the student to turn the disconnect off. That's only if we're going to do maintenance on the machine and we need to unhook it. Do not turn off the red disconnect, please. The next thing we need to look at here is we're going to hook up our leads. For shielded metal arc welding, there's a couple of leads that we use. This lead here with the clamp on it is the ground clamp or work lead. The lead here is the electrode holder, or it's also commonly called the stinger. When we hook this lead up, we want to make sure, since we're using electrode positive on this process, that we're going to take the lead, the twist lock adapter from the electrode holder. We're going to insert it into the plus side, which is very important, and then we just want to give it a nice twist, about a half a turn, until it tightens up, and that way the leads are all going to be good and tight. Now, the next thing we need to do before we turn on the power is we want to open up the door on the front of the panel there. Now, what happens in here is this shows us all the different processes that this machine is capable of doing. The one we want to set it on today is the stick mode. It has a little icon there that looks like the electrode holder with the rod. Stick is also a slang term for shielded metal arc welding, which is what we're going to be doing today. So the first thing we're going to do is set it at stick. The next thing we want to do is make sure on the far right hand side there's a switch there that says panel or remote. We want to make sure that's turned on panel so that all our adjustments happen on the machine. The next thing that we're going to look at is all the way on the left side. There's one here called arc control. Make sure that one is set at 50 for this process, and that's going to balance the process. So now that we're basically have all our preliminary settings done, our leads are hooked up. Now here on the left hand side on the top is the power, so we're going to click that up. It's going to take it a minute, and we're going to wait for the display. Now when this display comes up on this shielded metal arc welding process, the one we're looking for is the amperage. For the E6010 electrode that we're going to be using in a 1/8 diameter, the manufacturer's recommendations is between 80 and 140. Well, we're not up to the 140, so we want to get it down about 80 to 85. So 85 is a good preliminary setting for that. And with those settings right there, we're ready to start welding. Now, there's a couple things you need to remember when we're going to be doing welding in the shop. If you leave your booth for any reason, please turn off your machine. One of the things that happens is the leads are always hot in this process. So if somebody inadvertently comes into your booth or knocks this down, it's electrically energized. So please, if you leave your booth, you go to lunch, you take a break, turn off your machine. Safety first in the weld shop. So that about wraps it up here for this preliminary adjustments on our machine. Hopefully this makes it a little clearer. Thank you.